It's snowing out, and it's snowing out pretty good. It's supposed to change over to rain now. Since the webcam doesn't show you that, it just shows you white. Just doesn't. It's not all white. So I took a picture and posted on Instagram of the snow outside, and it's supposed to get pretty bloody cold this coming week. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Anyways. Let's talk about tonight's action in the NHL. And yes, I'm wearing a Detroit jersey. Yes, I'm aware of their record. And I'm also aware that they're playing at home against Ottawa tonight. So this is as good a night as any to wear a Detroit jersey and say, sure, yeah, now I'll go with Detroit. I actually was thinking about wearing Whalers, but Carolina doesn't wear the Whalers till tomorrow. I wasn't sure if it was tonight or tomorrow, so I double checked. So I'll likely wear Whalers for the preview tonight for tomorrow's games because it's the only chance I have to wear Whalers. It's the only night they're going to wear. It's odd that they're wearing them against the Kings, too. But anyways, so tonight, Detroit is at home against the Ottawa Senators. The Ottawa Senators are 16, 22, and 5. Over their last 10, they're 2, 5, and 3. On the road, they're 5, 15, and 3. So there's a lot to unpack there about just how poorly they're playing. However, the Red Wings are 11, 30, and 3. Over their last 10, they're 2 and 8. And at home, they're 7, 14, and 1. But the last time they won a game, they ended up winning 2 in a row. They just won their last game, so they could win 2 in a row. And their home record is slightly better than the road record of the Ottawa Senators. So yeah, not only that, but when you look at the record of these teams head-to-head, October 23rd, Ottawa wins 5-2. November 19th, Ottawa wins 4-3. The first game in Ottawa, the second game in Detroit. Detroit's due for a win. They meet again February 29th at Ottawa. So Detroit's due for a win in this season series? Sure, yeah. Scoring over their last 10 games. On the Ottawa side of things, Pajot, 3 goals, 4 assists. Duclair, 3 goals and 4 assists. Ennis, 3 goals and 5 assists. On the blue line, Chabot, a goal and 3 assists. Borowiecki, 3 goals, 3 assists. That's right, Borowiecki scoring at about the same pace as Pajot and Duclair, because that's the universe we live in now. Goaltending, Anderson, 2-3-1 record with an .883 save percentage. Hogberg, .887 with a 1-1-2 record, and he will be the goaltender tonight. And I had to take a quick check before we get into Detroit. Bertuzzi, 4 goals, 2 assists in their last 10 games. Larkin, 2 goals and 5 assists. And Nielsen, 3 goals and 2 assists as his scoring finally shows up this year. On the blue line, Nemeth, 2 assists over their last 10 games. And Hronik with a goal and 5 assists. In net, it will be Jonathan Bernier at the other end of the rink. He has a 2-3 record over their last 10 with a .928 save percentage, better than Howard's 0-5 record and an .887 save percentage. So yeah, I kind of like Detroit's chances tonight. We'll see how that turns out. Now, Arizona's in against Carolina tonight, so rough night for Arizona last night, but Tampa's taking everybody apart right now. It's a very impressive streak that Tampa's been on, and just Arizona's the latest victim. This one also starts at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Now, the record of the Arizona Coyotes is 25, 17, and 4 overall. Over their last 10, they're 5 and 5. On the road, they're 14, 7, and 3. So even with the big loss last night, that's still just one game. Now, Carolina, they're 25, 16, and 2 over their last 10. They're 5 and 5. At home, they're 13 and 8. So, I'm mildly taking Carolina in this because Arizona's on the second half of a back-to-back. Their next meeting will be February 6th in Arizona. This is their first meeting this year. So, when you look at the overall Arizona numbers, they've been pretty good over that winning streak. They have to take that game last night and just sort of throw it aside. Hall's got 3 goals and 4 assists in their last 10 games. Garland, 2 goals and 3 assists. Clayton Keller, 5 goals and 3 assists. On the blue line, Ekman Larson, 2 goals and 6 assists. Goligoski has 6 assists. Aiden Hill, 1-1 record with a .924 save percentage. No word on who their starter's going to be, so if Prosvetov is going to start, tonight could be that night to do that, but they haven't confirmed anything yet. On the Carolina side of things, Jordan Stahl, 3 goals, 4 assists in the last 10 games. Sebastian Aho, 5 goals, 4 assists. And Eric Halla, 3 goals and 4 assists. On the blue line, Dougie Hamilton, 2 goals and 6 assists. And Pesce, 1 goal and 4 assists. In net, Peter Mrazek, is 3-4 with an .885 save percentage over their last 10. He will be the starter. Reimer's 2-1 with an .838 save percentage. So goaltending hasn't been fantastic for Carolina over their last 10, but they still have a .500 record over those last 10 games. So if their goaltending picks it up or their defense picks it up, they'll be just fine. So yeah, I'm mildly leaning towards Carolina in that one, but again, the NHL, part of the reason it's so hard to predict who's going to win from any one given night to the next is the parity. And this is kind of one of those games that shows it. As does the following game. So Pittsburgh's in against Colorado. This game starts at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. And this game really could go either way. Pittsburgh's 26-12-5 over their last 10. They're 7-2-1. On the road, they're 10-7-2. They're in against a Colorado team that has been struggling lately. 25-15-4 altogether over their last 10. They're 3-6-1. It would be easy to look at the records over the last 10 games and say, well, Pittsburgh's going to win that. But Colorado's back at home where they're 11-7-2. And I think they're better than their recent record. And I think the turnaround is going to happen because Colorado has a pretty solid roster. Now, they met October 16th in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh won that matchup 3-2 in overtime. So this is their second and final meeting of the year. Scoring over their last 10 games, Evgeny Malkin, 4 goals and 9 assists. Brian Rust, 5 goals and 8 assists. And Teddy Bluger, 1 goal and 4 assists. Rust continues to be quite the story for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Letang, 3 goals and 3 assists on the blue line. John Marino, 1 goal and 6 assists on the blue line as well. No confirmation of who's going to start. I'm going to guess Jari. He's 5-1-1 with their last 10 with a .927 save percentage. Murray's 2-1 with an .889 save percentage over that same period of time. On the Colorado side of things, Nathan McKinnon, 5 goals and 8 assists over their last 10 games. Nichushkin, 1 goal and 5 assists. And JT Compher, 4 goals and 2 assists for 6 points over his last 10 games. Cale Makar, 1 goal and 3 assists. Girard, 11 assists over the last 10 games. He's had some pretty good games over the last 10. In net, Grubauer's 2-4-1 with a .900 save percentage. I'm thinking you go with Francouz tonight. He's 1-2 in their last 10 with a .907 save percentage, but they're definitely trying to get Grubauer going. Just wonder if with some of the poor games Grubauer's had, if it might be hurting them more than it's helping them. But there's lots of time left in the season, and they're not really in any danger right now of falling out of a playoff spot. They'd have to have 2 or 3 really pretty bad weeks in order for that to happen, beyond what they've already suffered through. So when we look at the standings right now, Boston is number 1 in the Atlantic with 63 points. Tampa with 56. They're only 7 points back now. And Toronto with 54 sits right behind them. Washington, of course, leads the Metro with 65 points. The Islanders and Pittsburgh both have 57 points. Carolina and Philly are wild cards, both with 52. Sitting just outside the playoffs, Florida has 51. Columbus 50. The Rangers have 46, as Rangers fans haven't given up on playoffs. They're 6 points back. Buffalo's 7 points back with 45, and the Canadians are 9 points back at 43. So it is starting to get to that time of year where Montreal, they may end up being sellers, and we'll see what happens with them at the deadline. Ottawa, 37 points. New Jersey, 37 points. And these guys, Detroit, 25 points. They're reminiscent of the Red Wings before Yzerman got there. Now, the St. Louis Blues lead things in the West with 63 points. Second and third in the Central. Dallas is now second with 56 points. Colorado's third with 54. Maybe a motivator going into tonight that they've been passed. Arizona leads their division, the Pacific, with 54 points. They are tied with Vegas. They can get a couple of points ahead of Vegas tonight. The Oilers have 53 points. So the Oilers quietly 1 point back of first in the division. That's where that really good start to the season comes in for Edmonton. Calgary 53 points and Winnipeg 52. So that loss for Vancouver last night leaves them 2 points back of a playoff spot. Nashville is 5 points back despite their victory. Minnesota's 6 points back. The Blackhawks are 8 points back now. And San Jose's right tied with them at 44 points. LA, 40 points. They move up in the standings by passing Anaheim, but they're 12 points out of the playoffs, and Anaheim is 13 points back. So in terms of who will or won't make the playoffs, you can sort of divide from Chicago and below and say, yeah, they're probably not going to make it. But again, I'm glad I'm not the GM making those decisions. I'm just here providing you guys with the hockey preview of the day. While it's snowing pretty good, that's supposed to turn to rain, which is just going to make it ugly. And then next week, they're calling for highs of -8 or -10 or -11 Celsius. We don't normally get that here, so if that's the high, that's ridiculous. Unrelated note, I may be doing my videos upstairs and just kick everybody out of there. You guys can go downstairs. It's nice down here during the summer. It's fantastic during the summer when it's really hot upstairs. I'm like, it's really nice downstairs. I don't think it's going to be that nice next week. So we'll see what happens. Let me know your picks, all that other wonderful stuff in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. I'm kidding about kicking people out upstairs. I don't work that way. We're already discussing a system that'll make sure it stays nice and toasty down here. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you again soon.